Another Wednesday calls for another Prime Minister's questions. Take forth Keir Starmer back under the scope, and once again he has exposed his lies in the most cringiest ways. The opposition are just laughing at him. They're just goading him as he blows up in his own face and cannot save himself. I'm going to show you footage of exactly what I mean in this video, and you get to see Keir Starmer lie, quiver, and basically in the end just speak hot air. This is ERUPT Media. We're here to speak the truth, expose the truth, and live the truth. If you do like these type of channels, then make sure to subscribe. There's lots of AI channels out here, but we are from the heart. We are real, and I would love you to get on board with this channel. So subscribe, get your notification bell on, get and like the video if you want Labour removed from power, and get in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on what you've just watched today. Because how can one stand there and be so deflective about his budget? Keir Starmer's trying to convince everyone and all of us that Labour's budget has changed the scenery for Britain, that he's made things better. And when really under the microscope he's asked certain questions, the truth comes out and the lies are unravelled. People, sit back, enjoy this one like I did, and let's have a good giggle at Keir Starmer. Enjoy this one. So, straight in, this is what I want to show you. The stuttering Keir Starmer is probably my favorite thing to show you. The fact is, this man is a stutter machine. He has no idea when he gets put under the scope how to answer. Have a look at this. Have a look at this.
Last year, in its manifesto, Labour promised not to increase income tax, not to increase national insurance, and not to increase VAT. Does the Prime Minister still stand by his promises?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm glad that the Leader of the Opposition is now finally talking about the economy. I can update the House, Mr. Speaker. Retail sales are higher than expected. Inflation is lower than expected. Growth has been upgraded this year. And, Mr. Speaker, the UK stock market is at an all-time high. The budget is on the 26th of November, and we will lay out our plans. But I can tell the House now that we will build a stronger economy, we will cut NHS waiting lists and deliver a better future for our country.
Well, Mr. Speaker. Yes. What a fascinating answer. It is not the same answer that I received when I asked exactly the same question, word for word, on the 9th of July. Then the Prime Minister replied with just one word, yes, and then he sat down with a smug grin on his face.
Wow, yeah, have that one, Keir. Look at that face there. I love that. Absolutely love that he's been called out. Same question 4 months ago, said yes, sat down, and now 4 months later, he's waffling. Hot air, Keir. You're speaking shit, and everyone knows it.
What's changed in the past 4 months?
Mr. Speaker, as she well knows, no Prime Minister or Chancellor will ever set out their plans in advance. But, Mr. Speaker, I can say this, Mr. Speaker, because the figures on the productivity review that's being undertaken, this is a judgment on their record in office. Those figures are now coming through, and they confirm that the Tories did even more damage to the economy than we previously thought. Now, we will turn that around. We've already delivered the fastest growth in the G7 in the first half of this year. 5 interest rate cuts in a row. Trade deals with the US, EU and India. They broke the economy. We're fixing it.
Excuse me. Fanny packs are for summer.
Again, we gotta look at that. We got to look at that because big up the adverts as well coming through. Improvisation. He's just absolutely not being able to answer the question in that's been posed to him. He's having to go back to old stats, and you're going to see this exchange now between them both. But from Labour's point of view, all they're doing is trying to stat pad and not answering the questions that are at hand. And I hate that. Have a look at this. Apologies, by the way, for the viewing experience.
Speaker, he says no Prime Minister or Chancellor will say these things before the budget. Has he told his Chancellor? Because she's been out there flying kites, causing constant speculation around the budget that is damaging the economy. All week, they've been briefing about tax rises. What we've heard is that he does not have a plan. So we have some ideas for him. Yes. Yesterday, they can... Yes. Mr. Speaker, it's quite clear that they need some ideas. Yes. On this side of the House, we believe in scrapping taxes on family homes. Yesterday, we voted to abolish stamp duty. They voted against it. Even the Deputy Prime Minister, or the former Deputy Prime Minister, who resigned in disgrace for not paying stamp duty, voted to keep it. So, Mr. Speaker, I will remind them, on this side of the House, we know that abolishing stamp duty is how we get young people on the housing ladder and get the economy growing. So why won't he scrap this terrible tax?
Yeah, by the way. And just from a personal note, I've just moved house. Literally just moved house in the last month. And stamp duty in itself cost £13,000. Now, I put a calculation in line before the stamp duty rise in tax. It would have been £9,000 before this increase that happened in April. Disgusting. But what's even more disgusting is the ex-Chancellor, as I said, who wasn't paying stamp duty, still voted to keep it. That's how sick these people are. They think they're above the rules. They think they're above the laws. So big up to them for trying to cancel stamp duty. Disgusting. Let's continue with this deplorable Labour Party, who are making me cringe, by the way, listening to them.
Why didn't they do it then in 14 years in office? Mr. Speaker, as I said, the productivity review figures are now coming in, and they show the true extent of the damage that they did. And she asked us to take advice from them. We all know these figures are coming out. We all know that austerity damaged the economy on their watch. The botched Brexit deal damaged the economy on their watch. Liz Truss's mini-budget damaged the economy on their watch. So we'll take no lectures or advice from them on the economy. They won't be trusted on the economy for generations to come. And Mr. Speaker, that's why at our budget, I can be clear, there will be no return to austerity. That's what broke the country. No return to the instability of their mad borrowing spree. And we'll end the unfairness and low growth that squeeze living standards for working people. That's the path to national renewal.
I don't trust you one bit. I know the Tories have had some blunders, but I do not trust you one bit, because look at the state of our country right now. You're not the man.
Mr. Speaker, Conservatives reduced the deficit every year until the pandemic. We more than doubled the personal allowance. We left 4 million more jobs than we found from Labour. We brought inflation down to 2%. It's nearly double.
Mr. Tufnell, you're in my sights. The pantomime season has arrived, so don't start it too early.
Mr. Speaker, on our record, we brought inflation down to 2%. It has doubled under him. We left him the fastest growing economy in the G7. It is no longer. The truth is, they have no ideas. We're giving them some. There is another way to get growth. It's cutting welfare spending and getting people into work. Last month, I offered to work cross-party with him to bring down welfare spending, because he knows, and we know, that he'd rather dip into people's pockets than upset those people behind him. Instead of tax rises, will he work with us to find a way to cut welfare spending and get Britain working again?
Damn, yeah, you like to tax and you crap at it. And I love that. Have you noticed the way as well in how the two leaders speak so differently? Quivering Keir. Keir needs a script. And I'm not saying Kemi is the best, and I'm not saying that she's the answer, but at least she's taking him to task, and at least she stands there and basically, for me, is a lot more convincing.
Mr. Speaker, she talks about their record. Let's go through it. They crashed the economy. Inflation went up to 11%. Mortgages went through the roof. Welfare spending went up £33 billion, and they want to give us advice. And they reduced the UK to a laughing stock. Because of our budget, Mr. Speaker, waiting lists have come down, wages are up, mortgage rates are down, and other countries want to do deals with us. Just on Monday of this week, the Turkish government signed an £8 billion deal for typhoons. Earlier this year, the Norway government a £10 billion for frigates. That is because of the budget that we passed, fixing the mess that they left.
Mr. Speaker, it's not because of the budget that he passed. I started that deal back in January 2024. But
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
and I welcome it. There are some things, Mr. Speaker, it's got nothing to do with their budget. We're lucky it's still happening. So I welcome the £8 billion deal that he's done with Turkey, but I will remind him that just last month, his Chancellor borrowed £20 billion. He'll have to sell a hell of a lot more jets to make up for that. And he won't rule out any tax rises. He can't cut spending. He is increasing unemployment. This man knows nothing about economic growth except how to destroy it.
Wow, yeah, he knows nothing about economic growth apart from how to destroy it. And it's true. He doesn't know how to save. He doesn't know how to budget. He just knows how to tax. And that's where she's coming on him. Keir Starmer, once again, for me, gets asked questions and never answers them. And what probably frustrates me the most about this whole process is the speaker never comes in and holds Keir to account. He never gets him to answer these questions. I don't want to hear the stat padding. I don't want to hear what the Tories had done and what you're trying to do to recover it. I want to hear what you're doing now. And that's the truth of it. He is lying barefaced all the time. They've made promises after promises and Labour cannot keep up with it. Labour do not know what they've promised the people. And so you have to be held to the sword, have to be held accountable. And that's exactly what the opposition are doing. I'm sick of it. But I want more from the Speaker. I want more from the Speaker to hold Keir to account. If you enjoyed this video today, to see more Keir Starmer lies, then make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and get in the comment section. This is True Brit Media. I hope you enjoyed this content. I'm out of it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ta.